Hey guys, JK here. Just wanted to make a quick video on MASAMUNE. As you can see, I've unlocked her third job, and I wanted to kind of compare the stats and everything between the two jobs just to kind of help you decide which job is best for her. Now, if you did happen to pull her weapon, I think that is a little bit more temptation toward the third job, but I prefer the second job, and here's why. So, if you quickly compare the two jobs, the HP is actually very similar. Like if I had upgraded the equipment more here, then the HP would be almost identical, although I think it would be a little bit less on job 3. But as far as HP comparisons go, let's just say that they're about equal. The attack is definitely lower on the Twin Blade Swordsman. I have this set up on each of the different jobs. Same thing, single blade overdrive. 752 versus 877, and again, the equipment has not been upgraded here, so this could easily reach over 900, especially when you level up. So it's a little bit of difference, but at the same time, for the current event, there's a lot of one-shottable enemies, and you don't necessarily need sky-high attack. So attack definitely does favor the third job. Not gonna deny that, at least by 120. But yeah, so that's a win for the job 3 column. The rest of it is pretty similar, but I think the biggest difference is going to be agility. So as you can see here with Twin Blade Swordsman, even with the agility penalty of single blade, she still has 105 agility, which is actually not that bad at all. It's actually pretty decent. Whereas with the job 3, you get down to 82 agility. And by the way, I do have this weapon, Faustian Greatsword, equipped for her. So yeah, that boosts her attack and everything a little bit too. So if you're wondering why yours doesn't have as much attack, this may be why. But yeah, the agility is significantly lower, 82 versus 105. Again, there might be a few points difference between the with the equipment and everything, but it's at least a 20 difference, which is sizable. Crit, luck, I mean, luck's lower on this, but I don't know if that really matters. Everything else is about the same. So with the Twin Blade Swordsman, you have lower attack, but much higher agility. Here you have higher attack and much lower agility. And the other thing, of course, is the skills. So with Twin Blade Swordsman, you have the Twin Blade abilities, which basically you can do single target stuff with Twin Edge and Triple Edge. You have Spin Slash, which does like a cross shape around you. Not as good as Whirlwind Kick or Roundhouse, but gets the job done in certain cases. And then you have Blade Storm, which is probably her go-to ability, which is the long range ranged ability. It's not really described very well. It says 9x9 cross, but basically from where you're standing, you can hit 4 squares in front of you or behind you to the left or to the right. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that it's going to hit multiple enemies. So it hits one enemy, and it also passes through anybody else. So it's not going to hit your teammates. It's not going to do friendly fire, and it's one extra range than you would normally get off of some of these ranged attacks. So very useful ability. You can also get a couple of crits and get more damage out of it than you might otherwise get, from some other abilities that don't crit. But I did choose basic Pitch Black Blade because I do like the blood drain sometimes, and I definitely like Retribution Blade, which I've spoken about before. It's one less range than the Twin, what was it called? Blade Storm? Yeah, one less range than Blade Storm, but it can hit multiple enemies. It does a square line thing, and it also is good for single target. So that's why I went with that. With the Dark Cavalier job, I haven't mastered it, or I haven't raised it all up, but as you can see, Darkbringer is kind of like the go-to. It's like what you would use for Diaz, kind of. Evil Slash, Soul Sacrifice, and these two abilities, you do lose HP when you use them. It does good damage, but generally, it's not like Dark Cavaliers have a ton of HP to work with anyway, so I don't like to use these. And then Juggernaut, nice attack, but tons of jewels, as you can see, so I rarely use that as well. So I definitely prefer the skills of Twin Blade Swordsman over the Dark Cavalier stuff, but I do like the Dark Cavalier basic abilities. So why don't we go ahead and use her real quick on an online match. Just gonna do the MASAMUNE intermediate farming level. Why don't I just go ahead and create? That'll just make it a little bit easier. I don't like bringing her into advanced quite yet because some of the mobility and everything is she can't really get out of harm's way sometimes. I mean, I have cleared with her before, but I prefer to have like Rosa or ranged unit to do those levels. But you know, she does work. I mean, obviously she's always going to be able to dish out enough damage. But let's see if we can get this one done. Okay. Filling up a little bit slowly compared to how it usually is. But yeah, I mean, if I can get her up to job 3 in basically one day, I think people can definitely do it within the next couple of weeks. I mean, granted, not everybody's playing multiplayer as much as I am, but again, it was just one day, and it's not like I did it all day. I definitely didn't, so sure, we can probably carry one noob. Okay, let's go.